I've got to be honest, it's kind of terrifying that it's February of 1987 and we have Reverb 2.0 due out at the end of the year. The reason that's terrifying is because Reverb 2.0 is barely along at all. It's really nowhere near done. So these porting tasks are going to come down to a priority 3. They need to be low priority. They're just we're not gonna get this done if it's not a low priority thing. So we'll see how this goes. We will hope for the best on Reverb 2.0, but I'm also keenly aware that we probably want to start splitting our teams just a little bit. So Bella is going to head up a games development team, but before we even do that, I do want to buy this space. I think it's going to be important to lease out this space. And I think what I'm going to do is basically copy everything in this room. We're going to spin it around and it's all going to live just there. So it's basically a clone of that room. And this is going to be an accounting team. That's kind of what I want this space to be, is some kind of accounting team. So let's get the floor in there to be sort of that color. And let's just go through and very quickly, we're not going to spend too long doing this at all. Just going to change all the accent colors on the furniture in here to match the color of that wall, which I don't mind it. I think it's a nice warm color. So we'll go for that. We'll get you guys changed out, or get you changed out for that same color as well. And that looks all right, is what it looks. Now for accounting, I'm sure we can get some kind of bonus here for service, which I think accounting is. So the phones are the right pick for this space. We do want to change these guys out to that same color as well. And I think what we'll do for the phones is make them yellow with some little black accents on there. I think that looks a little bit more interesting than what we could have gone for instead. So this will be an accounting room or an accounting team room, which is fine. Let me go into manage teams. Let me go to ACCOUNT. So accounting, we will add that as a team. And you know what we should also do while we're here? Let's go to accounting and change the color to that so it actually lines up. Support is supposed to be a yellow, but we'll just have it be this color because it's a little bit easier. So we'll go ahead and set support to be that color right about there. And then my core team is going to be that beautiful mint green color that we have in there. So that lines up all the colors with their rooms, which is fine by me. So let's assign this space to the accounting team. And let's hire some accountants. So accounting secondary is going to be, it really doesn't matter, secondary leadership, I guess. And we'll do medium salaries because I think that's going to be important as well. So we'll begin looking and let's sort by skill and let's put them into the accounting team. So what can you do? Accounting, you can write tax reports and optimize taxes and apply for loans, which is interesting. Do we have anyone at level 3 accounting? I'm going to doubt it, which is totally fine. We do have you available for HR though. You can't do hiring, but you can do a lot of other things. And I think that's probably for the best. So Erica Brewer is going to be the leader. And then if we sort by compatibility, we've got Shirley Hensley, who is also pretty good. And we have Shelton Parrish, who is also pretty good. So we'll get those 3 in there. We'll go to accounting, we'll go to employees, and we'll say Erica Brewer, you are also going to be a team leader and a mentor. We'll see how that works out. I'm not 100% sure that it's going to be for the best, but we'll see what happens there. And then if we go and have a look in here and we set the accounting team to work on this, I'm hoping for the best, man. I'm hoping for the best, and I'm hoping that they can figure this out. I'm hoping they can figure out the taxes. I've really got no idea if they will, but we're going to find out together is what we're going to do. They're going to come in tomorrow. They're going to start working on the taxes, hopefully. And hopefully that's all we need to do there. Now, when it comes to Bella, hold on a minute. Actually, let me have a look at accounting. Tax report, they're getting there. They are not the fastest when it comes to doing the taxes, but they will get better, I suppose. And that's all I could really ask for. They'll be working on that throughout the year. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how that goes for the accounting team. We did get fined but that's all right. New features unlocked. We have networking, auto updating, all for operating systems. Very exciting. That's all very good news. But I think what we're going to do is start working on getting ourselves a game development team. So this room, I'm going to lease it. I'm going to grab all the furniture and just move it up into this space. A little bit lazy to do this perhaps, but it's fine. And then for these rooms, I do want to bring the same floor color into this upper space and then change these walls to be sort of a, I think since Bella is known for wearing a red dress, I think a nice red color as the accent in here makes the most sense. And so with that set up, what we need to do now is move Bella from the core team to the game dev team. So Bella is right here. You are going to move over. You're not actually going to be changing role. You're going to change to game dev, which is totally fine. We're going to go to manage roles, and Bella, you are going to be, well, you know what? I think we could also have you in there as a mentor. That's probably fair enough for the time being, I guess. So we'll have you do both of those. And then that gives us room to hire 3 people, which is probably not enough, I want to say, if we want to do these games properly. So I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to lease that room as well. I'm going to grab all the furniture, copy it, and spin it around and just put it right in that corner. And we're just going to make these rooms both for game devs and see what happens. So the interior is red, the floor is white. That is fine. This room is going to be switched to game dev as well. And if I turn on, there's a way to turn on room labels, which is this. We can see exactly what we're dealing with. So all those rooms are set up really nicely. This one is supposed to be set up for support, which it now is. And that one's set up for accounting. That's our lounge, which is fine. So game dev is going to be the first team to sort of expand the most. But to be fair, the core team is still going to have me and Bob working on it. So we should be all right on that particular front. So I guess let's have a little bit of a look at some games. Let's have a look at doing a sequel to Space Command. It's been a few years since we did that, so let's look at making a sequel. Space Command 2, it's a perfectly fine name. Existing framework. In fact, I am tempted to say new framework. I'm gonna just call it Commander, and it's gonna take a while to do that, but it means that we don't have to pay royalties, and I think that's fine. We have 2.6 million, so I think we can afford to do this. And I think what we're going to do is it is an RTS, so it really doesn't need to go too crazy. We can do post-processing just to kind of bring it forward a little bit. Maybe mod support as well, or maybe one of those things. I don't know. I don't know. We'll do post-processing. We'll do that. That'll be fine for the sequel, and we'll not worry too much about it. The 2D editor in question is going to be Inkshop 4. The audio tool is going to be Frequency Composer, I guess. That's, I don't know. Let's do Audioscape instead. That's fine. And the operating systems, sort by release date, sort by active users. Let's do, wow, Synergy Epoch is doing really well. Let's just do the 1 for now, and we don't have to worry about putting it on a bunch of operating systems from the jump. We can move this up to here and get 90, I think I saw 99 in there very briefly. 99, 100% expected interest. That's what we're looking for right there. Only 9% wasted. And this is going to go to the game dev team instead of me, which is going to be very interesting because the game dev team, obviously 14 years it would take Bella to work on this. So yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. Very interesting that Skos Interactive, they want 30.07% of royalties. They're gonna give us 2 years and 7 months, and they want nothing once they get 6 times whatever they invest back. Sure, we'll take that. 2 years and 7 months is pretty solid. We can accept that deal. That gives me December of 1989 to get this done, which is totally fine. This is going to need 5 designers and 4 artists. So we need to hire 6 people is what we need to do for this game dev team. We can do HR management though, which I'm fine with. So sure, we'll do best then secondary. Let's do Oh man. 3, 3, and 1. No, that won't work because we don't have enough desks. We only have 6 desks. 3, 2, and 1. I don't know if that's a great idea either. Although Bella is a really good designer, so that might be okay. Or we just do 2, 2, and 2. I think that's what we're gonna have to go for. So we're not looking for leaders, automation, or anything like that. We are looking for systems, 2D, and audio. And that's about it. We're not doing hardware. We're not doing 3D. We're not doing networking. It is just a very, very simple little setup. If we look at the design document, it is system, 2D, and audio. So that'll keep us pretty good. Salary, I'm going to say medium to start with. In fact, I might just go high. I might just take the chance of the game dev team and give them high salaries. Yeah, education, we'll say 2 at a time up to level 3. And that should be fine. Traits. Do I want anything here? Fast learners will be great. We definitely want that. I would, let's see. I don't want anyone that takes twice as long to eat. I don't want anyone that walks slower. I don't want anyone that's silent but deadly. Let's see. What else have we got? Works fast at one task but fails at multitasking. Definitely not. Isn't emotionally affected by anything would be preferable, but that's fine. We'll just have fast learners, I think. I think that's something we're kind of all right with. What else have we got? Friend maker, detached. Never calls in sick, but is still contagious. Ideally, no. Let's just go for that and see how it goes. And that'll be our setup for the game dev team, which should and does fill out pretty quickly, which is great news. So we have 7 people on that team, which should put us in a good spot. Let's develop it and we'll see how that goes. December 1989 is when that's going to go out. Unfortunately, even though I talked about automation for the game dev team, we can't do that until we have a dedicated marketing team, because and probably our own setup to print products as well. So we are going to be waiting a little while before we can go crazy with automation, but I'm not too worried about it. It'll happen eventually. 3D rendering is available now. Interesting. All right, how's accounting going? So accounting, I guess, I mean, they're doing tax optimization, which is fine, I guess. I'm not really too sure what the accounting team does for most of the year. They're doing something. They're doing something. I just don't know what they're doing. And you know what? I'm not going to worry too much about it. It'll be fine. What's probably not fine though is that Reverb 2.0 is so far behind in its development. That has me really, really worried. I really don't love that it's so far behind right now. I think the porting might be the problem, or at least part of the problem. And probably the fact the core team just isn't big enough, right? The core team has 5 employees and they're working on 3 tasks right now. Could I get the support? I mean, can the support team do it? Can they do porting? Let's have a little bit of a look at the support team in terms of their skills. Yeah, they get some programming in there. Let's get the support team on some porting right there and see how that works out. See if they can maybe help speed up the process, because there's not that many tickets coming through. So between tickets, they can help, port Reverb over to, or help port Reverb MIDI and Space Command over to some new operating systems. That seems fair enough. That seems like a good thing to have them do, right? At least that's what I'm hoping is going to be a good thing to have them do. Now, I will say, it probably wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to get a... Oh, I don't like this. I don't like that we're starting to lose some money. A lot of that's going on distribution, which is fair enough. And a lot of that is going on royalties. 154,000 on Space Command royalties last month. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And I mean, Space Command, it really didn't make that much. Well, 72,000 last month isn't bad, but would be better if it was making more. I don't like that we've started the downward slope on this particular income graph. I'm hoping that it'll pick up again. I'm also really hoping, I mean, December is a few months away, I think Reverb 2.0 can probably go into beta in October, which will give us, 2.5-ish months to work through all of that. I just don't love how far behind it is. I do think the core team is being severely limited right now by perhaps its numbers being down there a little bit. If you look at project details, oh yeah. Oh, it needs double the pro. Okay. 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 I can sort of see where I went wrong with this. Right. Okay. I can suddenly see where the problem is. We're gonna have to. I mean, this is not going to save Reverb 2.0. It is. it's not in a good place currently, unfortunately. But what I can do is put the core team into this office. We can paint this office so it looks like it belongs to the core team. And I guess the core team can have a 3-2-1 setup the same way that the game dev team did, which is probably fine. I probably want to look at specializations here as well, because I realize we do not want everyone in here. The core team is going to need systems, 2D, and audio. We're probably not going to do hardware, probably not 3D either. Networking would be good because we might need it eventually. But I think for now, the core team is largely going to do audio stuff. So they'll probably get renamed to the Reverb team or something like that. And I don't remember what Bob specializes in, but he will eventually get his own team as well. But we'll do those specializations. Traits, I want fast learners. I don't want dirt. I don't want people to get depressed when it rains. I don't want people to take twice as long to eat or that walk slower. That's fine as a setup. And honestly, give me... let's do medium salaries here. I don't want to take too much of a chance. We'll do best and secondary and see how that goes for the core team. That should bring us up to 8 employees, which it does, which is good. I don't think it's going to magically change anything. I think Reverb 2.0 unfortunately just does not have enough people working on it. It still technically doesn't have enough people working on it, but it has more, which is good. It's hopefully going to get to like 75%. It was supposed to go into beta this month, but I think, you know what? If it can get to 70%, I'll be happy with that. It didn't even get to 70%, unfortunately. So yeah, it's going to get to 70 today, and then immediately it needs to go into beta. And that's going to be rough. It's going to be really, really rough. Space Command 2, thankfully, I think it has over 2 years until it's done. So I'm going to let it go through a second iteration just to make sure that it's okay. You guys can all have your salaries increased. That's totally fine. And yeah, Reverb needs to go out this month. That's rough. That's really, really rough. 50 bugs is fine. Is it any good? Is the question. You okay? Okay. Okay. Oh boy. Reverb 2.0 is an ambitious idea by Dylan Conflict, which is a shame because they needed a bigger budget to make it what it could have been. Reverb 2.0 is horribly constructed, but at least I knocked it out of the park. I don't know if that's a compliment. And we encountered a ton of bugs and fired the developers. Okay. Okay. That seems a bit harsh. That seems a bit unnecessary. Right. Okay. Let's bring it up to date a little bit, I guess. We'll have the core team work on a Reverb update. We'll move that to the top so I can see that priority. Let's minimize these support tasks a little bit. And yeah, it's a really brutal set of reviews, unfortunately. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't think we're gonna get this done today either, which is really unfortunate as well. I'm curious to see if it actually does anything though. That's the real question. 0 active users. Hold on, we also need to, let's see, it's mediocre again, which is fair enough. Let's immediately start porting this thing to some other systems because there are 3 that it should be on right there. And we'll see how that goes. But let's see, does it make money? It has 15,000-ish active users, which honestly, sure. We did 239,000. That's okay. There's a lot of tickets coming in here, a lot of bugs starting to be discovered and fixed, which is good. That's what we want to do. If we can get this update out today, I think Reverb 2.0 might still manage to do all right, but it really seems to have slowed down here, which is less than ideal, but we're getting there. And that's what we're looking for. 20,000 active users. We're still making money, which is great news. Space Command 2 is almost through its second iteration. Reverb 2.0 is almost through its update. I don't know why it always hangs at 99%. There we go. That's good. I think we'll let it go until next month before we push out the update for this, which we can hopefully, let's just see how it goes today. Let's just see how many of these bugs we can get done before my employees opt to get up and go home. That's probably the right call here. So now they're all leaving. Let's push that update out. Let's continue to update this because there are still bugs that need sorted out, and hope for the best on that one. When it comes to this, it's almost done with that iteration, so it can move forward next month. 30,000 active users. Not bad. I was fined a little bit, but saved 27,000 in tax optimization. Okay. That's not bad. A computer is getting very slow. Let's bring in IT support maintenance, and we don't really need anybody else right now. So that'll keep the place working nicely, which is what we're looking for. I'm glad we're making money. I'm not thrilled that Reverb isn't necessarily as much of a runaway success as it could have been. But what I will do is move the Reverb 2.0 ports up to the top priority there for the teams working on it, so that hopefully it can move to those other platforms. We also just made a bit more money. 160,000 is not bad at all. It would be great to get this onto Synergy Epoch 3 because I know that that is the top operating system right now. So hopefully that'll work out. Reverb MIDI has how many bugs? 1,400 bugs. Ugh. Don't know how I feel about that. Not proud is probably how I feel about that. Definitely not proud. But you know what? It's fine. We'll not worry too much about it. Reverb 2.0 is doing pretty solid. 40,000-ish active users is not bad. Another big update ready to go. This is actually almost done with iteration 3. I might just let it go into iteration 3. I don't like that it's only going to give us like a year and a half to do Space Command 2, but we'll see what happens there. A solid design base seems like a good way to get a good game at the end of the day. What have I been nominated for? Best designer. It wasn't me. Okay, well, yeah, I guess. Okay. I don't, so wait, I didn't get nominated last year at all? That's unfortunate. I was really, all right. Where can I put my awards? That's what I'm wondering now. I guess some shelves are going to be needed. We'll do one there and one there. I don't like that they're against the, you know what? Get rid of that bookshelf. Put them, can I really not put them in that space? That's unfortunate. We'll put them up there instead. I think that'll look better. And then we'll put this one up there, and we'll put the new one up there. Yeah, I guess that works. I guess that's okay. Let me select these shelves and get them to be that same sort of wooden color that we have everywhere else, and that'll be fine. I guess. I got 2 awards, man. I can't be bad to that. I've got 2 already. All right, it's okay. I was hoping to have more, but it's fine. It's totally fine. Let's get this Reverb update out, and let's continue to, we'll bring the system up to date here as well, so that people can see that we're actively working on getting Reverb into a much better place, which we are absolutely doing. We'll push out another one actually, and just keep on keeping on with these Reverb bug and tech upgrades. That seems like it's going to keep people happy, and I would certainly hope it will keep them happy going forward. 43,000, almost 44,000 active users. That's great. That's what we're looking for. It is also on a new operating system now, which is great news as well. Reverb MIDI. I don't think I'm going to update that. I might get in a lot of trouble for canceling support on that one, but I just think it's probably for the best. Space Command, on the other hand, I feel like we probably should update this one. because the next one's a year out. So if we could get a decent little tech upgrade for this one, I think that would be okay. Just to sort of be like, hey, we're working on this franchise still, or something like that. I don't know. Let's just update it and see what happens. We'll move that to there and see how the employees get along with updating Space Command. It doesn't look like it's going to take too long to get the tech upgraded, which is great. Let's move this down to a lower priority, move that to a top priority, and just see what they do with it. Although it's really slowed down a bit there, which I don't love. We'll get it done. We'll get the tech upgraded at least, and everything will be fine. We're sitting with $4 million now. We're doing all right. Console operating system, wireless communication. I wish I could go into making hardware quicker than we do. I could probably take the risk of making a really cheap console, but I just don't think we don't have the facility for it. Is kind of the problem. So I'm gonna hold off on doing that. Let's get the Space Command update out though. It didn't fix all the bugs, but it did fix the tech. We're being robbed again. Oh boy. Wait a minute. There's not security. There's a security desk, but I have to hire the security, don't I? That's the real trick that I didn't remember. What are they? Wait, guys, they're taking my awards and my sign. Hold on. What? What do you mean? What are they? They're taking my lights. They took my carpet. They took my carpet. What do you mean they took the carpet? Hold on a minute. Hold on, do I get the awards back? No, I don't. No. I cannot believe I've just had my first 2 awards stolen. No. No way have I just had my first 2 awards stolen. No, man. Okay. That's really unfortunate. Oh, that's terrible. That's awful. I can't believe that's just happened. Oh, man. That's rough. That's really rough. I mean, at least we have someone running security now, which is fine, I guess. I'm actually kind of annoyed. I didn't think about that at all. Oh man. I cannot believe they just took my awards. I mean, of course they did. They're valuable, but they also stole the carpet. They took everything from my office. That's really, really unfair. I mean, it's my own fault, but come on. That sucks. Okay. Anyway, Space Command is a year out from release. Let's push it into development. It's, it really needs to do something good there. Reverb, let's just push out another bug fix and we'll sort of keep it going. Although we probably should get the core team to start working on another Reverb, or let's have a look at what is Bob specialized in? That's my real question. Bob is specialized in 2D editors. Interesting. Okay. Let's go into that market. Let's start working on a 2D editor. It would be nice to go into 3D, but we don't have anyone that can do that. So 2D editor, it's relatively straightforward, which is fine. Existing framework, I think, is probably fair enough. We'll do true library. It has a bunch of stuff in it. Tech level kind of sucks though, which is really unfortunate. It actually seems like, oh, that would be the better bet. Okay. So the tech level in this is much better. It could be, I think that's as high as it can go. So yeah, it's going to be a higher, oh no, the tech level can definitely come forward. Okay. In that case, new framework. It's going to take a little while to do this, but if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. And we'll have to come up with a name for this 2D editor. I should mention This episode is still being recorded as part of the first few that I've done, so I've not seen any comments for the series yet, so I've not seen any of the suggestions. I will get around to them 100%. We are going to get back to, I mentioned in the first episode, you know, whatever software name suggestions you have, we are going to get there. 100% we're going to get there. So don't worry. We're going to get there. Vector, that's more of a 3D thing. Well, kind of. It's not really. But I think Vector is probably going to be 3D editor if we get there. Picture edit, photo point, pixel maker. Frame is pretty good. I kind of like Pixel. Nerdersoft Pixel is kind of a cool little thing. So we'll just call it Pixel as the name of our 2D editor, and we'll call it the Pixel engine is probably solid. We'll just build it on the Pixel engine and see how it goes. So we're not going to do source control. We will do raw image imports. I don't think we need that right now. That seems pretty, it seems advanced. That seems a little bit advanced. Brush stroke smoothing, dynamic brushes, about a year. Healing brush seems a little bit more advanced, but I think we can do that. Liquify, about 2 years. I don't think so. Levels and curves. No. Brush presets, sure. Procedural shapes, maybe not. Layers, I'm losing my voice. That's good. Layers seems like it would be good though. I'm not gonna lie. I also want to go through the last page here and switch this over to the core team to work on this so I can get an actual idea of what we're dealing with here. So yeah, 3 of 4, 7 of 7, 2 of 2, approximately 2 years. That's a lot of time, but I think we're gonna go for it. I think we can manage. I think we can manage 2 years to work on Pixel. It's not going to be super advanced, but I think it's good, especially since we're doing a new engine. We can start with that. So release dates here. Let's go for, I guess, Badger is going to be the computer operating system we put this on to start with. We can move it to other things eventually. And for expected interest, we will analyze the market and apply. I would like to get this maxed out to 100%, which is now there. 6% wasted is fine. And it's going to need a publisher. It's going to be these guys. 2 years and 5 months. I think we can do it. Let's start developing Pixel, which is going to be very exciting. We'll move that up to the top. We'll start minimizing the support tasks. And yeah, we've got a year until Space Command 2. We are updating Reverb 2. We've got taxes due. How are we doing there? They've done nothing. Okay. That's good. It's just what we want to see. We'll see how that goes, and we'll see what the accountants manage to pull off there. Let's have the core team move to top priority on Pixel. I think that's going to be kind of important. We're aiming for June of 1991 for the release on that one, which is going to be very interesting. We're still making money, which is also good news. Reverb 2.0, 41,000 active users. Space Command has 48,000 active users. Definitely cannot complain too much about that. Let's get this Reverb update done, and let's bring the tech up to date just a little bit there as well. This Space Command 2 development is... It's really bad, actually. I've just noticed it's so far behind because it could probably use 2 more programmers and 1 more artist. Oh boy. Do I want to bring more people in here? I think we might need to. This computer is also broken, which is really not good. Maintenance and IT support, let's bring them in here. Yeah, I think we're going to have to expand this team a little bit, which unfortunately is going to mean doing this, which I don't love, but it's probably about the only way we're going to get people in here in a reasonable way. So Space Command needs what? 2 more programmers and 1 more artist. What is suffering though? It seems that the art is kind of behind. So let's do 1 and 1. Let's go to game dev. Let's go to HR management. Let's do, I guess, 3 and 3 on that particular front. And let me just double check that everything is fine there. It is audio system in 2D, which is what we're looking for, right? System 2D and audio, yes. So that should bring us up to 9 employees on that team, brings us up to 8. We should go up to 9 if it can find the people that we're looking for. At least I think it should. Let me just double check. 3 and 3 is 6, 2 is 8, and plus the leader is 9. So yeah, there should be one more employee coming in here at some point. We'll see if that ends up being a thing or not. I'm kind of hoping that it's that it will be. And I'm kind of hoping that it means that this development speeds up a little bit. At least I really hope it speeds up a little bit. It is good that everybody can get around though, which is what we're looking for. Just seems that we're kind of struggling a little bit with the finding that 9th employee. But thankfully, we have that 9th employee now, and things have definitely sped up for Space Command 2, which is fantastic news. The only downside is we still could use one more programmer, so it's very tempting to try and just squeeze another desk into some of this space. And I'm very tempted to do that. What have we been nominated for? Most profitable product. Oh. Reverb 2.0 was the 2nd most profitable product last year, or this year in the last 12 months. That's not bad. I will take that. I will absolutely take that, and I will put it on my shelf where my other awards should have been. Well, I can't believe I got robbed. I genuinely am never going to recover from that. I'm never going to recover from the fact that I got robbed. Man, it really sucks. It really sucks. I can't believe that. Right. What do I want to do for these desks? I do need to reorganize one of these rooms because I want one more programmer in here. So I'm kind of wondering if I could line this wall with some desks to start with. Can I move you to there and put that in that corner? I absolutely can. So that's a good start, right? That seems like a good little starting point. That's still 4 employees, which is what we had to begin with. But now, I guess I could put some employees on this side, which seems like a good idea, or I can sort of stagger them a little bit, which seems like an even better idea. So that, I think, is how we're going to do this. This bookshelf is going to have to move to kind of the middle, right about there. And I think we're going to get another one of these guys from right there. And then maybe move these pictures a little bit so they're kind of above the computers in slightly better spots. So we'll go for right about there. That seems fine. We'll put the plant maybe there. And the bookshelf is... it's going to have to stay. I think the bookshelf is important. So maybe the bookshelf can go there for now. We'll move the plant to there, put the bookshelf down in this space instead. Might be slightly better for it. And then the plant can live, I guess there is where the plant's going to live. I don't love that as a layout, but yeah, that'll be fine. That means I can get that extra programmer that I was looking for, I think. How many desks have I got now? So there's what? There's 6 in there. There's 4 in there. So that's 10. I can have 10 employees now. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, in that case, we can get a couple more things here. Let's do HR management. Let's do 4 programmers. Let's do 3 designers. We'll bring those numbers up a little bit. And that should put us in a spot where the game dev team is, number 1, the largest team that we have. And number 2, hopefully now able to get Space Command into a much better spot. I'd like the code to be finished before it moves into beta. We still have a few months to go until it's going to need to do that. I'm kind of thinking September for a beta on that one, so we'll see how that ends up going. Pixel is coming along kind of nicely as well. I think I might let it go to a 2nd iteration before we move it into its alpha phase. So here's hoping that Space Command 2 is actually going to make us a bunch of money, because if it doesn't, then we're kind of banking on the unknown. We've never really made we haven't made a 2D editor before. So that's going to be very interesting. Reverb's update is also coming along. It seems that the bugs are mostly fixed these days. We'll bring the audio up to date a little bit, just because that seems like the right thing to do for a piece of audio software. And I guess this is just kind of where we're at with NerdResoft. We're just kind of you know, bouncing around and trying to figure out what's making money, what isn't, what's losing money, what isn't. Can I keep people interested in Reverb, or are they kind of getting bored of it? It's a balancing act is what it is, but I'm really enjoying it. Also, Reverb 2.0, let me have a look at you. How much money have we made? Our most profitable was Space Command so far, but Reverb 2.0 is catching up a little bit. In terms of porting, there's nothing for it to go to. We don't need to port anything else to it either. So we'll just kind of push this update out the door. We'll just kind of continually work on updates or bug fixes for Reverb. I don't think that needs to be a top priority right now, so we'll just kind of keep it down there a little bit. And yeah, Pixel's coming along. Space Command 2 is... I suppose we can let it run into October. It's very close to being done in its code. And then once the code is done, I think that's when we're going to push it into that beta phase. And we have enough people, we should be able to get a decent amount of bugs sorted out. The code is so close to being done that I think we can manage this. 91% on the art. Can I get that to like 92? Yeah, promote that into beta. I don't think sitting in that for too long is going to be the best thing. The more bugs we get sorted now, the less we have to deal with after launch, and we're really only going to get one solid month of bug fixing on Space Command 2, so that probably makes the most sense to just try and get a bunch of those done. How did we just make a bunch of money? We just went from 12,000 to 93,000. Where did that come from? It looks like it was sales. Yeah, we just made another 300,000 in sales, which sort of come out of nowhere. I mean, I'm not going to complain too much about it. It was obviously software. Yeah, surprise, surprise. We just sold software. That's, I was hoping for a bit more of a breakdown there, but I guess not. That's, that's fine. That's okay. Yeah. All right. I don't know what I was expecting to read there at all. Anyway. Oh man, I love this game. I'm having so much fun with this. I hope you are as well. That's going to do us for today, I think. I think we're in a pretty good spot with Nerd. We're approaching $5 million, which is nothing to sniff at. Very, very happy about that. We'll push this Reverb update out just to sort of keep that going. We've got nothing to really update with Reverb right now. We have some bugs coming through. We're not going to worry too much about it. Space Command, I love that it still has active users. I'm really hoping Space Command 2 is going to take all of those people into the sequel. And Reverb 2.0, I guess, is going to be the last audio software we put out for a little while, since we have the core team now working on Pixel. But the good thing is, and my plan is that the core team, once Pixel is done, if it works, we're going to spin Bob Newby off into a 2D editor team. And then we're going to have me take over the core team, which will be renamed to the audio team. And then they can go and keep working on Reverb. Bob can go keep working on Pixel. Bella can keep working on Space Command. And then we can start to bring in some miscellaneous teams to work on different pieces of software here and there, which I think is the right thing to do. But we're not going to be doing that today, because that is going to do us for today. Space Command 2 releases in the next episode, releases next month, which I'm very excited about, a little bit nervous about. Either way, thank you so much for watching, everybody. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. Oh God, I tried to zoom out to be all dramatic and interesting for the outro, but apparently I've messed things up a little bit. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.